Hi friends, does your life ever feel chaotic and like you're always chasing the next thing? Today I'm going to be sharing 10 tips on how to find contentment in a world of chaos. Tip number 1, practice gratitude. Be thankful for all the things you have, your family, your friends, your job, your pets. Just look around and take time to really think about all the things in your life that you have to be grateful for. Tip number 2, perform random acts of kindness. Have you ever been a recipient of a random act of kindness? I have. It just makes your heart really happy. But to perform a random act of kindness makes your heart even happier. It can be as simple as giving a smile to someone as you pass by them, or it can be paying for someone's meal in the line behind you at a drive-thru, or if you're at a restaurant, paying for a young family's dinner if you can afford it. Random acts of kindness don't have to be expensive. They just have to be kind. And it's even better if you can do these acts of kindness and not tell anybody that you've done it. Try it. Tip number 3, take a break from retail therapy. Our culture in the United States makes it difficult to just be content with what we have. Whether it's social media or television or something else, we are always being marketed to look for the next shiny object. But when we get that shiny object, are you really happier because you got it? Are you more content because of it? Or do you just repeat that behavior again and are off on your next adventure for the next shiny object? Tip number 4, contentment is about happiness and satisfaction. And are we ever going to really be happy and satisfied all the time? Probably not. Journaling is a way that we can keep on top of our feelings, and we can be true to our feelings and write them down, because your feelings should be validated. And if nobody validates them for you, validate them for yourself. It's okay. You deserve it. Tip number 5, just like with practicing gratitude, our attitude can make a big difference about how we think about things. Switch wanted to be in the video. This is my dog Switch. Tip, sometimes in life there are circumstances that just cannot be changed, and you have to choose the attitude towards which you're going to confront that situation. In my life, for me, one of those situations was my dad when he got dementia. I couldn't change that for him, but I could change my attitude to choose joy and embrace the moments that I got to spend with him. Tip number 6. If you've got clutter and chaos in your life, it's hard to be content because you just feel overwhelmed. And there are a lot of YouTubers and videos out there about being simple, minimalism, decluttering, organizing. I myself, even though I live simple, have to declutter and reorganize sometimes, and I'll share that with you sometime in the future. But take time to, even if it's a visual inventory, to scan around the room and see what is around you and what can you get rid of. 3 things today to make your life a little bit simpler. Tip number 7, do a mental health check. First, I want to say I am not qualified or licensed to give medical advice. These are just suggestions about if you're having a down day. And there is a way big difference between having a down day and having true depression. Do please consult your own doctor or your own medical professional to help you with these issues. If you're down in the dumps or you're depressed, it's hard to be content. It's hard to do anything when you're feeling yucky and down. So do a mental health check, and sometimes you just have to take a mental health break and walk away from everything for a few hours or a few minutes and just take a break from everything. It's okay, you can come back to it. Number 8, don't compare. Don't compare yourself to others, because everybody's situation is different. You might look at others and think they have a better marriage, a better husband, a better wife, a better job, a better car. If you compare, And comparison is truly the thief of joy. Comparison is definitely not the road to contentment. Go back to that first tip about gratitude, being grateful for all you have when you find yourself comparing. Tip number 9 is to say no and mean it to the things that you don't want to do. If you don't want to be on 15 committees, say no. And no is a complete sentence. You don't have to say no because I have 3 kids, no because I'm too busy at work, no because this, because that. No, period. It's a complete sentence. You know what saying no means? It means that when something comes along that you're passionate about and you want to say yes to, you can say yes because you will have time to do it. Your calendar won't be full of all the stuff that you said yes to when you really wanted to say no. Finding new ways to find contentment in your life. Tip number 10 is to form new habits. Try to exercise 30 minutes a day if you can't. If you can't do that, break it up into 10-minute spurts. And one of the best forms of exercise and the easiest that you can do quickly and the least expensive is walking. All it takes is a pair of tennis shoes. You can walk in pretty much any kind of weather. You might get sweaty or you might get cold, but you can still walk if you're able to. Meditate. Practice yoga. Take a class to learn something new. There are a lot of free classes on the internet, on YouTube. Maybe you want to learn art. Maybe you want to learn how to start your own YouTube channel. Technology centers often offer a lot of low-cost classes, from art to photography to learning how to work your computer. Be sure and check out your local technology center for classes that they offer. And if there's a class that you maybe would like to teach, talk to somebody about that too, because I think they're pretty open to new classes. My smart tip is to be present. How precious time is, and we don't know how much of that we get.